Somebody there?
Somebody.
Who said that?
Downplay the innocent with me.
Here.
I don't understand.
Did you think it was coincidence? So many good things all happening for you. All for you, Norman.
What do you want?
To say what you won't. To do what you can't.
The hype surrounding Chainsaw Man was insane, making it difficult to set a reasonable expectation before watching it. So, imagine my surprise when I discovered the unreal similarities between it and Jujutsu Kaisen. Both anime share almost identical concepts, with the primary supernatural forces, cursed spirits and devils, born in a similar way. Both shows feature a protagonist housing another supernatural creature inside them who are being targeted by the bad guys. Both shows feature an overpowered trophy character, classic. The primary goal in Jujutsu Kaisen is to collect fingers, while in Chainsaw Man, it is to collect bullets. The purpose of highlighting these similarities is to demonstrate how two anime can be near identical, yet one manages to capture the audience more effectively by having one primary difference. Tension plays a vital role in storytelling as it keeps the audience engaged by creating an atmosphere of uncertainty, anticipation, and excitement. Even though I've talked about tension in some form or the other in my past videos and it may seem like a simplistic approach to analysis, consider all the moments that make Chainsaw Man so captivating. It is not just the raw dialogue and the shocking moments, for example, Himeno throwing up in Denji's mouth, but also the way the show can suddenly shift to become incredibly serious. One of the key strengths of Chainsaw Man is its ability to consistently maintain this tension and establish stakes that drive a sense of urgency in the story. This tension that we're talking about pays off best when characters are very nuanced and their relationships are impactful to the audience. No matter what your opinion may be of characters in Chainsaw Man and whether or not you judge Denji's motivations as not being strong enough to drive the story, which in reality it absolutely doesn't, that is exactly what makes him relatable. He doesn't aspire to be arbitrary things like the Pirate King or the Hokage. What he wants is not only satirical, but also astoundingly human and simple to understand. It is relatable. Same for Aki and Himeno. Their relationship feels real not because Himeno has feelings for Aki, but because she gets him addicted to cigarettes. And spoilers, if her unique relationship with Aki and Denji did not exist, her death would be forgettable, but it is clearly not. One of the more impactful character interaction in Jujutsu Kaisen is the dynamic between Todo and Itadori. Finding common ground over women adds a unique aspect to their relationship. Todo's quirkiness prevents him from becoming a generic character, making his relationship with Itadori more meaningful and memorable. One of the standout moments of the show is when these seeming rivals develop a brotherly bond, and their synergy when they fight Hanami is absolutely unmatched as a result. The fight sequence with Hanami is the highlight of the show not only because the animation is amazing, but also because of their fun on-screen relationship. That's how excitement and tension is created. Compare this to how much time is wasted giving screen time to generic characters no one cares about. All the other fights that the other students have are not only inconsequential, but their circumstances are boring. Maki and Mai's relationship is a generic portrayal of siblings with bad blood, Panda is your average animal mascot, and no one cares about the rest of them. The point is that, in a story, the stakes and tension are raised when the audience is invested in the outcome of the character's actions and decisions. When a character is forgettable, undercooked, and/or generic, it is hard to have emotional investment in them. Less exciting characters lead to less exciting character interactions. For example, the fight between Panda and the puppet automaton thing doesn't create tension because no one cares about the automaton puppet thing. When there is no emotional investment, there is less anticipation of a character's fate, which means there is less tension. Why is the Gun Devil dangerous? It is a formidable and terrifying entity that defies comprehension in terms of its scale and destructive capabilities. Instead of being shown as physical appearance, we're introduced to the Gun Devil through the immense danger it poses to the world. The devastation it can cause is made clear when we learn that it can rally up a global death toll of 50,000 within 5 minutes of movement before suddenly disappearing.
だいたい5分弱で120万人を殺した後、10の悪魔は今日まで姿を消している。
The fact that we do not know what it looks like adds to this mystique and makes it seem almost like a creature from a legend. However, the staggering death toll serves as a reminder of the reality of its threat. The concept of this villain, at this point in the story specifically, is larger than life. We see its deadliness through Aki's backstory, in which it rips through his family instantly, introducing an unfathomable sense of danger that seems like an impossibility for the devil hunters to take down, no matter how powerful they become. Why is Sukuna dangerous? Well, he's not. We only hear of him as a legendary curse, but we do not see why. Unlike the Gun Devil, the danger Sukuna presents is assumed, it is not seen. It is hard to take a villain seriously based on the promise that he is strong, not because he actually is. Sukuna's weakened state and him being trapped inside Itadori adds to this lack of danger. Unlike the Gun Devil, Sukuna won't kill 50,000 in 5 minutes. It makes it difficult for the viewers to take his threat seriously. Knowing the location of the main bad guy reduces the sense of mystery and anticipation. Even when the show tries to make him dangerous, they immediately take that danger away. For example, in episode 5, Sukuna takes Itadori's heart and quote-unquote kills him, but it doesn't work because A, it doesn't make sense that they will kill the main character in the first 10 episodes, and B, Sukuna returns Itadori's heart anyways. The arbitrary portrayal of Sukuna as a legendary curse without backing it up doesn't really work here. Is it necessary to eliminate the Gun Devil as soon as possible? It is. Is it necessary to eliminate Sukuna as soon as possible? No, he can wait. Literally.
Having someone care for you enough to cry like that must be nice.
Demon Slayer is a nail-biting experience because it does not rely on the concept of overpowered characters. Characters like Gojo are undeniably cool, but more often than not, shonen writers cannot implement OP characters properly. The Demon Slayer author demonstrate that such characters are absolutely not necessary. For example, the battle between the Sound Hashira and the Upper Six Demon in Season 2 is nerve-wracking because it highlights how dangerous it is to fight an elite demon. Tengen in the fight loses his arm and barely makes it out alive, reinforces the idea that battles with demons are always fatal. Also, minor spoilers for the manga, or major depending on who you are, the strongest demon slayers are weaker than the strongest demons, and it's not even close. This makes the encounters and fights incredibly gripping and unpredictable. The tension in Demon Slayer is masterfully crafted and sets it apart from other shonen manga. It's not a perfect manga by any means, but it is a great example of a shonen in which the tension is masterfully crafted. The sheer presence of a character like Gojo in Jujutsu Kaisen undermines the sense of tension. Even though he is not present in every arc, the idea of such a powerful character existing can make it feel as if there's no real threat to the protagonists and other characters. In the anime, there's no villain stronger than him, which means that there's always the probability of him showing up to save the day, or that no threat is taken seriously, even if he is not involved at all. The villains either try to avoid Gojo or they get absolutely ruined by him. The reason why Kishibe, the strongest devil hunter, works is because he has almost no involvement in the story within the first 12 episodes of Chainsaw Man. I'm not saying that OP characters are bad by default. We can agree that Levi from AOT is a badass, overpowered character. But the reason he doesn't reduce the tension in the story is because the Titans are equally as dangerous as he is. Manga readers know that Levi is far from invincible. While the fantasy of having an OP character is appealing to a lot of people, Jujutsu Kaisen is an example of why it is hard to implement. The characters and conflicts are crafted in a way that creates a sense of uncertainty and unpredictability, making the story more engaging and thrilling. The stakes are also high, with the fate of the world at stake adding a sense of urgency. This creates a sense of tension that keeps the audience on the edge of their seats and makes the story more compelling in general. In comparison, Jujutsu Kaisen, while it has its own strengths, does not have the same level of tension and stakes that make Chainsaw Man stand out.